So as we get started today, this video is divided into chapters. If you want to skip at any point, just look at the sliding bar underneath the plating window and you can see the chapters to skip ahead. So welcome back. We're continuing our sampler today. There are 14 different types of motifs in this one Afghan. Makes it an amazing stitch sampler. So what we have here is on page number 2 we're going to continue our journey, and this happens to be the third one, and this is all over fans stitch motif. So this is very similar to a corner to corner, but I think it's actually better if you ask my honest point of view. So I hadn't done anything like this, and it very much resembles of a corner to corner, but everything is more full as far as like everything, all the stitch work and etc. So it's just a matter of repeating the same row over and over once we start doing row number 2, which I will demonstrate of course. And so you're gonna just finish row number 2, finish at 7 inches, and then bada boom, bada bing, you're done. So without further ado, let's get started. You'll need a 5mm size H crochet hook today, and whatever yarn you've chosen for this particular example. So let's begin the all over fans motif. So let's just talk multiples real quick. To do this pattern in any other size, it's multiples of 4. So just chain in multiples of 4 and this should work out. So let's begin with a slip knot. I would classify this one also as easy. So just put a slip knot on and you're going to chain 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go all the way to 28. Meet me back here in just a moment. So let's begin row number 1. So coming 4th chain from the hook, so you just count 1, 2, 3 and go to the 4th, and you are going to apply 4 double crochets into that same chain. So let's just count those. So we have 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And now we have to move on in the chain. So you're going to skip the next 3. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, single crochet in first, then chain 2, 1 and 2, and in the same chain you will apply 4 more double crochets, and that's what you're going to do all the way across. I'll repeat it one more time just for your benefit. Just remember that there's 4 going into the same stitch. So do you see how it resembles the corner to corner? So then skip the next 3, single crochet in, and then chain 2, and then 4 more double crochets. So please do that all the way across your chain. I'll be back in just a moment. So I'm coming close to the end of the chain. I'm just keeping the same multiples and what I'm doing. So I'm just putting in my last 4 double crochets here into this last section, and when I reach over it should be the last stitch is the 4th one away. So 1, 2, 3 and 4th, and that will complete row number 1, and when you pull it out it's gonna look like this. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those fans. So now we're gonna turn our work and do row number 2, which will be the repeat for the entire square. So let's turn and do number 2. So let's begin number 2. I'm gonna demonstrate it twice for you just to make sure that you have it. So when you start row number 2 you're gonna always chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the 4th chain from the hook you're going to apply 4 double crochets. So right in the chain itself, go back to the 4th one. If you went back to the 5th you'd be back to where you started. So you're gonna put 4 double crochets there. So does that feel like the corner to corner to you now? So it's almost like this is the corner to corner in rows but slightly different in stitch counts. Now you're gonna skip the next 3 of this 4. You're gonna skip the first 3. So 1, 2, 3 and go to the 4th, and that is where you're going to apply a single crochet and then a chain 2, and then in that same stitch you want to put in 4 double crochets. So normally in corner to corner you would have slammed it in this space, and here we're actually doing it into the top of a stitch. So there'll be 4 double crochets there. So when you're done this one you're going to come to the next one and you'll skip 1, 2, 3 and just go to the top one. So look for the one before the space, and that's where you're gonna start with a single crochet, chain 2 and then 4 double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, and then so you go to the next one, so just come to the one before the space, single crochet, chain 2 and 4 double crochet, and you'll do that all the way across for row number 2. I'll meet you at the end of this row in just a moment. When you come to the very last one, when you go to reach on over, you're going to go to the turning chain, the top of the turning chain, and that's where you're gonna put in the last single crochet. So make sure that you don't apply another fan in this section here because you're at the end. So just come right to the end, right into the turning chain. Make sure you go right into a chain work itself in single crochet. So it'll look like when you come across is that the one side is coming flat up and the other side looks like it's not finishing enough. So that's how it's gonna look. Okay, so let's turn our work and begin row number 2 all over again. So starting again, chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so you're going to fill in the space now that it was missing in the last row. So you're gonna just go in, 4th chain from the hook, and you're going to apply 4 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then reach for the skip in the next 3 double crochets. It's the top one before the space, single crochet, and then chain 2 and 4 double crochets into the same stitch. Okay, and then come to the next one and keep on doing that all the way across. So you're just gonna go back and forth doing row number 2. Now you're going to notice at the end of this is that you're gonna have the ups and downs motions when it comes to the border. So let's talk about doing the border, and that's something that you'll have to keep an eye on for this particular motif. So as you progress into the border, once you have your 7 inches done, you're going to notice that it'll have the up and down motion just like it does on this sample. So all you just need to do is that you have to equally space out the stitches. So remember, we're doing our corners with the 3 single crochets, and we have to equally space out 25 stitches. So you're just gonna kinda come into here and try to make sense of it in order to get it to pull together. So you'll notice that when it comes down, these stitches look a little bit taller, and that's because it's just being pulled up so that it makes a nice flat surface. So it's actually not a hard thing. So you just gotta make sure you have your 25 in between the corner, and then you'll have your 25 here, and then on the bottom you have your 25 side, and etc. So that's what you got to do. So you can find the video for that particular edging available in the video description, and you can see that there, and it's the same thing. You just have to equally space out your stitches in between the corners. Have a good one, and this is the All-Over Fans motif.